the Council on Foreign Relations bi-monthly book they put out. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or any major bookstore, and it's called, the name of it is called, Foreign Affairs and World Politics. And the thing in there says, welcome to the New World Order. Do you know your way around? And this is the biggest industry in the world, is corrupt international banking. I don't mean local banking. And it's real. They're out in the open. But the little serfs, the little idiots, because Peter Jennings doesn't tell them, and I don't mean to be mean, but they are, they just go, Big Mac cheeseburger, please. That's all I care about. And I just try to say to them, you idiot, it's real. It's real. It's right here in front of your face. And they just go, no, it's conspiracy. Everything is wonderful. I never question anything. CFR, all that's real. Bilderbergers, you see them meet all the time. They put out a bi-monthly, the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations, puts out a bi-monthly book. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or any other place. It's called Foreign Affairs. And you open it up and it says, welcome to the New World Order. You want to find your way around. And all the richest people in the world are all listed in there. And they all write stories each month. Yeah, that's Alex Jones, baby. This is real. Who taught people out there they can't come to a decision? Check out what I'm saying or don't doubt it. I have here the preeminent worldwide, all politicians have read this a dozen times. This is Machiavellian. He was a prince. The famous analysis of statesmanship, statesmanship and power. And, that was back when Italy was all divided up over 400 years ago. And this says, the world-renowned study reveals the techniques and strategy of gaining and keeping political control. And this is a famous book. There's probably as many of these in print, almost as much as the Bible. People have been reading these for 400 years. And listen to the back. Conspiracy. A prince, and then it goes on to say, a prince need trouble little about conspiracies when the people are well disposed. But when they are hostile and hold him in hatred, then he must fear everything and everybody. And it goes on, Machiavelli. And this is the basis of all modern politics. It doesn't matter what you do, winning is the key, is what these kind of degenerates think. This guy was the ultimate in Italy. Totally controlled things, people killed, everybody loved him. Because he knew how to manipulate and divide. And people today, if you talk about it, they'll say, if you talk about subterfuge and power, you're a conspiracy nut. And I think they're full of it.
Well, we don't. Our particular show, Alex, and the people that are involved with me aren't concerned about what the so-called establishment media is saying, because quite frankly, the establishment media is in on the scam.
But it sucks in so many people.
The point that we're trying to elaborate to people is that they are being manipulated. There is a power behind the scenes. Started with Adam Weishaupt, 1776, when he created a doctrine called the Order of the Illuminati, at which that time he stated that he would, through international finance, via the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the International Bank of Settlements, would one day buy up the world, and that's exactly what they've done. And since that point, since they control resources at the top, they've been able to finance various different front groups like the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the World Council of Churches.
Let me stop you right there. Every one of those groups is real. I've seen them on C-SPAN. I've read the Council on Foreign Relations bi-monthly book they put out. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or any major bookstore. And it's called, the name of it is called, Foreign Affairs and World Politics. And the thing in there says, welcome to the New World Order. Do you know your way around? And this is the biggest industry in the world, is corrupt international banking. I don't mean local banking. And it's real. They're out in the open. But the little serfs, the little idiots, because Peter Jennings doesn't tell them, and I don't mean to be mean, but they are, they just go, Big Mac cheeseburger, please. That's all I care about. And I just try to say to them, you idiot, it's real. It's real. It's right here in front of your face. And they just go, no, it's conspiracy. Everything is wonderful. I never question anything.
I want to ask you, just to play devil's advocate against kind of your opinions.
That's fine.
Do you think it's a little bit far-fetched to think that a mass web of conspiracy could kind of be formed? I mean, I know I'm completely opposite of what you're saying, but to say that, in our government at least, don't we have, I know they talk about term limitations, but don't we have such turnover in, like with the Secretary of the Treasurer, et cetera, as far as people changing jobs so much that to keep a ring of conspiracy like that, it would be almost impossible.
Let me ask you a real quick question.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of the Council on Foreign Relations?
I've heard of it.
CFR, okay. I've said this to news people, and they laugh at you. Well, I've seen them on C-SPAN, all the most powerful people in the world, all these, people like Ted Turner up there and Chairman Wolfson of the World Bank talking about stronger world government powers. And again, it's not a conspiracy, it's a fact. If you walk on and I use this all the time, it's the best analogy. You walk on a used car lot, and the used car salesman looks at you and he says, You're coming on this lot. Don't ask me any question about this vehicle. Don't ask to look at the miles. Don't ask to look at anything. If you ask, you're a conspiracy theorist. I mean, I'm in business. We all have, have our own subterfuge and our own thoughts about how to get this done, how to make money on this, and it's not even criminal. You're talking about at the upper levels of power, which has been perfected all through human history of total manipulation. Good Lord, read Roman history about the Roman Senate and all the, all the intrigue there. And don't question me. Go get the government documents. Anywhere, the majority of our money goes to foreign banks now. It's just a simple fact.
Well, I agree with you completely that, questioning authority, etc.
Well, not just questioning authority in some blanket statement. Our country's sovereignty is being totally gutted. The World Trade Organization now can circumvent our own Constitution. This is real. Who taught people out there they can't come to a decision? Check out what I'm saying or don't doubt it.
I agree. One more question, if I could. In some ways, I have some friends that are in the investment business, and in some ways, don't you think that the influence that China's trying to buy, or so to speak, if that's an opinion, that China's trying to buy influence through...
In a world market, degenerate Hitler got in power, and Ford, wonderful Mr. Ford, Henry Ford, ran over and was building, getting ball bearings and parts from buying them from Hitler. And we cannot deal with tyrants that have infanticide of their young women and just kill babies and sell fetus parts on the international market. That's been in the mainstream press. We cannot deal with evil. It is just wrong. If you start doing it, it'll infect our own country, which already has enough problems. We cannot deal with the likes of China, not the Chinese people, but the Chinese government.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you say that in post-World War II Germany, wouldn't you say it was probably one of the most depraved places in the world with the atrocities and the Holocaust?
I agree. What Hitler did was wrong.
But compared to now, now, Germany's one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world.
Yeah, and we went over there and beat Hitler's ass. We went over there and kicked his goddamn ass.
And I agree, but I mean, couldn't you say that part of the things in a free market economy helped? At least in a little bit.
Of course. Well, there isn't a free market economy. There's a slave economy in China. Only a few little cities in the south where all the raw materials get made in northern China and all over China and Tibet where the people are slaves under the Chinese.
Exactly.
And then all the stuff comes down to the south and then gets put together in the south. They have free enterprise zones in a few major cities. They will kill you in China if you speak out. They will take you out and blow your fucking head off.
I agree.
I mean, we're talking about some very serious issues here.
No, and I agree. But the only thing I'm saying is maybe things that 50 years of political influence weren't able to change. Maybe possibly free enterprise as far as seeing.
China has most favored trading nation status with the United States.
We want that slave labor.
And absolutely. Well, Kathy Lee's got to have her clothes made somewhere.
You got it. But
what about Mexico?
Something perfect. You always got the Hollywood established, and I don't want any censorship. They always use that as a cloak if they can't do any wrong. He's luscious.
Yeah.
But
sorry to throw that in. Hey, caller, does that? I have no idea what you were talking about, but is that all you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just kind of want to touch base on the Illuminati. Basically, what we're seeing now is,
Oh, sir, there's never any secret cliques. There's no conspiracy in anything. Everything happens magically. You're a coincidence theorist. Nothing ever really happens.
Well, that's just the whole thing with like the Trilateral Commission and stuff like that.
CFR, all that's real. Bilderbergers, you see them meet all the time. They put out a bi-monthly, the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations, puts out a bi-monthly book. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or any other place. It's called Foreign Affairs. And you open it up and it says, welcome to the New World Order. You want to find your way around. And all the richest people in the world are all listed in there. And they all write stories each month, every 2 months. It's right there. It's real.
Yeah, I've got a friend fixing to go to law school, and he's kind of schooled me on how the Federal Reserve come into existence and stuff like that.
1913.
Yes, it's just really interesting. Of course, we talk about it on the Christian aspect. Basically, all these horrible things are going to happen, and basically, the thing about it is that I guess they see we see all these militia groups rising up to stop the government. Basically, there's really nothing that we can do about it. I guess just try to save as.
Well, see, I think a lot of these militias really aren't a good cross section.
Christian's a bad name and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they're given.
Part of that.
I mean, some of those militias that are racist, some of them are good, but some of them are racist because I've been in contact. I've checked it out. I've done my own little research. I've gone and met with these people, and some of them are just idiots. Some of them are just normal people. But to be normal today is to lay down to stuff. So maybe you have to be a little bit different. But I tell you, I just think that there's a lot of anger in normal people. Anybody that's tried to have a business and has watched all the bureaucrats and all the harassment, they're angering a lot of people, and the bureaucrats better wake up and realize that their masters are in for some serious trouble.
Yeah.
And that's not little Alex Jones threatening anybody. I'm just saying there's some serious unrest, and the veneer of civilization is very thin.
Yeah. Well, this has all been prophesied, so.
And this is about, the way they're changing the cigarette laws. Now, I am not a smoker, first of all.
Sure.
But the government says cigarette smoking is bad for you, which I think it is. Now, look who is, and you're not supposed to ID everybody, and you can get in trouble for selling it and all. Who is the one that's going to get in trouble for selling it? Some minimum wage, broke-ass high school clerk.
It's all about control. The government...
It's going to get nailed and pay the $500.
The government already controls... Great point. The government already controls the drug cartels. We all know this.
Industry.
They already control the heroin and the cocaine. This has just been proven. It's all come out. Even on Discovery Channel, they've talked about it. It's all coming out. The CIA totally controls most of your high-level drug running. And so what's next? Well, the big thing is tobacco.
Sure, nicotine.
And it's a great form of control. The government doesn't do anything for us, so now they're going to protect us from the tobacco. Everybody knows tobacco kills. People gives them lung cancer. It's a huge joke. The government is gobbling up everything as fast as it can. Carol Browner from the EPA wants restrictions on driving nationwide.
So wait, you know what the government's going to get out of
They're
this
taking
deal?
everything over. But this is real. Who taught people out there they can't come to a decision? Check out what I'm saying or don't doubt it.
We've been through a lot at InfoWars. America and the world has been through hell, but the Great Awakening is here. The globalists are in full panic mode. And now it's more important than ever to keep the most powerful, effective voices at exposing the globalist agenda and promoting the Team Humanity agenda on air. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our sponsor, the AlexJonesStore.com, is owned by great patriots and some of the top makers of Patriot apparel. So whatever happens to InfoWars in the future, they are going to back us to stay on air at the Alex Jones Network at AJN Live on X and at AlexJones.network. So when you go to the AlexJonesStore.com and get any of the great apparel, any of the amazing supplements, you're keeping us on air. Now, the t-shirts are affordable, the supplements are very competitively priced, and they're great. But we've got some items on the store for folks that really want to support and have mementos of your support. We have 2 new campaign coins, 2 different coins right here. One is the answer to 1984 is 1776. And on one side, it's got the Gadsden flag. On the other side, it's got yours truly. The other great coin is 1776 limited edition coin with the Gadsden flag, Don't Tread on Me, and 1776. Both are powerful coins, powerful messages. They weigh a lot. They feel good. They're a great gift. They're a great memento. They're a great keepsake. They're a great conversation starter. And both these coins are $14.97 at the AlexJonesStore.com. We can't do this without you. We want to sell you products you love so you come back again and again. Thanks for keeping us in the fight. Please visit the AlexJonesStore.com today and get the campaign coins.